Are you up to play a quick thing of this or that before we wrap up for this evening?
I love this or that. Let's do it.
Awesome. So then you know how to play. Let's jump right into it. I've got a couple. Eric, do you have any that you want to start off with or no?
No, you can go first.
Okay, ready? This is gonna divide. This is gonna divide the podcast right now, and I don't mean it to, but I think it's just good conversation. You ready? Simpsons or Futurama?
Bro.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Actually, I don't know. I'm pro both, but I don't know. When it comes down to it, if I had to choose only one to watch the rest of my life, I think I'd choose Simpsons.
Oh, that surprised me.
But
Eric.
I would really have a hard time, and I would beat myself up over it afterwards. But
I think I agree with you. Like, I objectively think Futurama as a whole is probably a better series. It knows when to end. It's like tried different mediums, and The Simpsons are just going to go on forever. But I really, enjoy the whole lore of The Simpsons, and it's just a very special show. I have like little what's it called? Here's a Lenny with a beer. Like, I like that.
Not Lenny.
Not Lenny. Mr. Plow.
I have Mr. Plow shoes.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Allie, didn't you participate in a thing and they named you like you were in the top like 0.01 percentile of Simpsons fans or knowledge of the Simpsons or something like that?
There was like a quiz app that I was like obsessed with for a hot minute, and I was number one in the whole every country and Simpsons trivia. Granted, like I just don't think a lot of people were playing, but
do you ever get over to r/Simpson shitposting?
Yes, all the time.
It's pretty fantastic. I think that's my favorite subreddit.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I love The Simpsons so very, very much.
I think I'm gonna have to say Simpsons as well, but as I told Eric off air, I started watching Futurama and I'm pleasantly surprised with it's different. And it's actually goofier and quirkier, there's some characters that I definitely
Is this your
love.
First watch through?
I think I've tried it a handful of times, but it was just random episodes that were on TV. And this time I'm actually, doing it through Hulu, so it's like everything in order, which I prefer because I'm sort of pedantic like that sometimes.
It's a good series to do that with. I mean, there's actually like a lot of good character growth, and like they reference older episodes, so like
yeah. I like
it. The story arcs of the first few seasons are really nice.
They really are. Yeah. And even though like the later seasons, when they did the reboot, there's like some good story arcs too. Good stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited to get into the rest of it. Okay, next to this or that. Dramedy or rom-com?
It's like an example of a dramedy.
Like, there's like a lot of like those movies about like homecomings of like, oh, he's a doctor in the big city, but he's got to go back to his small town because his mom is sick. And
so like Hallmark movies?
There, I guess, I mean, Hallmark movies are all rom-coms too. But there's plenty of dramedies that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head right now.
I was going to say like something like Jojo Rabbit, where it's like funny and silly, but it's also like intense and hard at some moments.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like
like that.
Satire front and center, but there's stuff like that. Like
Punch Drunk Love?
That's a really good example. Yeah.
That came to mind from fucking Professor Lawrence's film class. I was trying to remember from that. I think probably more of the dramedy than rom-com. Rom-com for me like gets sticky. Like I have a very hard time watching anything that I'm uncomfortable by. Like if I didn't watch The Office for the longest time because like I was uncomfortable by the like awkwardness and like that. And I just like turn it off. Like I do that with any like type of rom-com. If it's getting like sappy, I'm like, all right, I'm done with this.
Do you do horror movies?
Yeah, I like a good horror movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
It doesn't freak me out as much, and like I can kind of get through that if there's like a suspense angle. Did you watch Professor Lawrence's horror movie? Speaking of that?
I didn't.
Uncle Peckerhead. Highly recommend it. 10 out of 10.
I heard a lot about it. There was a lot of people promoting it because there's a lot of friends of theirs who worked on it.
Yeah, I think Dylan has PA credit on it, or somebody does.
Yeah, I think our friend Dylan does. Yeah. That's cool. Eric, what do you think? Dramedy or rom-com?
Definitely dramedy.
I think so too.
I'm not too big on the rom-coms.
I'm glad we're all kind of on the same wavelength here.
Unless it's an Adam Sandler rom-com, then I'm in for it.
Yeah, like 50 First Dates or something like that?
Or Wedding
Love
Singer.
it. Yeah, all of them.
Wedding Singer? What's your do you have a favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Probably Uncut Gems. That's probably a dramedy, right? Or just a drama movie. There's not a lot of comedy in there.
I'd say you could say dramedy a little bit. There's funny moments.
I got a lot of screenshots from it that I think are funny. But when I first saw it, I have like a heart rate monitor on my Apple Watch, and it went off because my heart rate got so high during that movie because it was so intense the first watch around. I was like, oof.
Have you seen other Safdie brothers movies?
I don't think so.
No. You would know. They all make you feel like that.
Yeah, I saw what was it called? Good Time, the one with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he has like a brother that he's running with? Okay, then I did see that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That also made me nervous.
Yeah, it made me anxious the whole time. I remember I put it on one night because I couldn't really sleep, and I was just browsing through Netflix. I'm like, oh, this looks good, and I put it on, and immediately I was just like wide awake and like could not go back to sleep. I was like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna be up for a few hours. Might as well finish watching this.
But Robert Pattinson is a really good actor.
Yeah.
Me and Russell saw The Lighthouse and freaked out over it. I'm still freaking out over that movie. I still love that movie. I enjoyed it.
I hated it.
Really?
I was so mad about that movie.
He's just like, ever since Twilight, he's been trying to prove like I am more than just a vampire guy. Like I can act for real life, and he's been knocking it out of the park. I'm really excited to see him as Batman. I think that's gonna be dope.
And I'm excited for that too. He was in like something I saw on Netflix as like a Southern pastor, and I can't remember the name of it, but he was really, really good.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's in that too, right?
Yes.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't see it. But if you could pick like a Happy Madison Adam Sandler movie, what would be the best one?
Is Little Nicky counted?
Yes.
Yeah, Little Nicky. 100%.
I just saw Little Nicky for the first time, and I was going to talk about it because it was so funny.
It's the best. Oh my god. It's so funny, and like all the music references in there. Funny.
Yeah, because Adam Sandler kind of does that same goofy voice in every movie, and in this one he had a voice I had never heard before, and I couldn't stop laughing whenever he would talk.
Yeah. Oh man, I like watched that recently too, like probably in the last like 2 weeks.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god!
I think it's on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix.
It's on.
Is it worth it?
It's definitely worth it. I mean, you got to know what you're getting into, Eric. It's an Adam Sandler movie.
So I should expect something serious, right? Am I going to cry?
Dramedy, more drama. It was really good. That's awesome. Maybe we'll do one more? Eric, were you able to think of one, or should I just rattle off another one here?
I had one, but then I lost it.
That's classic.
But it wasn't very good anyway.
I don't know if I should waste these on you, Ali.
Oh. That's supposed to be.
Okay, so all right, here's the one I didn't know if I should waste. And ready? Because I didn't know if you watch these. Sopranos or Godfather?
I actually have not seen The Godfather, but I do love The Sopranos.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love Little Steven and anything that Little Steven is in. And I love how much every time he is in something, he gets his actual wife to play his wife, and I think that's good. I think that's really funny. I watched a Christmas movie recently that he and his wife were in, and like Russell Crowe is in it too. I forget what it's like, a Netflix one. And it's
where really Russell Crowe is Santa?
Yeah, it's like the Chronicle something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch it, but I keep hearing about it. Yeah.
It was pretty okay. Like I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys? Where you fall on the Sopranos versus Godfather line?
What do you think, Eric?
I actually haven't seen Godfather, but I love The Sopranos.
Yeah. Wow. Guys, get some culture.
It's too long. I'm like very bad at watching anything that's like not longer than
I think the Godfathers are definitely a little overhyped. They're great though. It's a great trilogy. I think Sopranos is pretty amazing though. And then if you want to, there's more content. Obviously, there's more hours of stuff to watch with the Sopranos.
We're from Jersey. We gotta say Sopranos. Take it easy.
Tell a short Sopranos sidetrack thing that I'm very proud of. For work, so like I still work for the Asbury Park Boardwalk, and we were doing a podcast for a while, and I was pitching ideas of like different podcasts we could do, and I was able to connect like the person who was doing it with the cinematographer of the episodes that took place at the Jersey Shore, so they could like kind of talk about how they wanted to like show Asbury Park at the time and use it for like Tony's Nightmares and everything. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad this came to fruition, and I'm so glad that like I had any little part of it. Like, I love those episodes.
That is awesome. I gotta find that now.
I think I could find you a link. It's the guy Ming who's on Comic Book Man from the Red Bank store.
I've never been to Red Bank. Am I a fake New Jersey Monmouth alum?
You're not.
I was just there last weekend.
Much? How is it? Like, is it like weird in the pandemic? Like, are there too many people around?
It wasn't that. It was kind of cold out, so there just weren't all that many people around.
Can I maybe leave you guys on a recommendation or a plea to get anybody to watch this thing?
Yeah.
There's a show called Infinity Train. It was originally on Cartoon Network, and then HBO picked it up for like a third season.
Oh, I heard about this. It's animated, right?
Yes. It's so good. It's really, really good, and I want anybody to watch it. It's like 3 seasons. Each episode's like 11 minutes long, and there's 10 episodes per season, and it's like a really like a show that has like incredible depth and especially since it's like made for children. It's not really a children's show at all when you like watch it. It's good. It's really good.
I've been getting into animation and experimenting with that stuff, and I did hear about that, how it's kind of changing the game, that show. Mm-hmm. I'll definitely have to check it out.
I think there's like a really interesting like conversation online going on about animation and like how adult animation is like kind of just like crass fart jokes and mildly racist and homophobic, and like a lot of children's animation like actually tackles heavier subjects well, and they don't all look like Rick and Morty, which is nice.
Yeah, it's definitely an underappreciated art form for sure, and I think that's what those conversations were kind of highlighting.
Definitely.
That's really interesting. On HBO, instead of watching that, I've been watching Chowder.
Chowder's on HBO?
HBO Max, and yeah. I've been falling in love with it. I obviously liked it as a kid, but now a little older, where you can kind of understand everything that's going on. It's incredible. It's an absolutely incredible show.
I have to go back and check it out.
Flapjack too.
I liked Flapjack as a kid. I haven't rewatched since.
I watched that recently. It still holds up.
I think HBO Max is planning on adding more like Ed, Edd n Eddy and stuff like that, which I'm really excited about because I've never got to see that like start to finish.
I would love to watch that start to finish.
I'm waiting on Johnny Bravo. I'm sure Johnny Bravo would not have been made today.
Yeah.
But it's funny to think about.
Do you know where I could watch Dexter's Laboratory?
HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Didi, get out of my laboratory.
My laboratory! Oh my god. I've been watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on HBO Max, but I have to like see what else they have on there.
They got a lot, and there's a lot of those classic Adult Swim shows they have on there too. HBO Max is slowly going to take over and win the game.
I'm honestly not mad about it.
No, me either. Because like Disney came out with all those like, we're making 12 Star Wars shows and 11 Marvel things. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I love Star Wars. I love what they did with Mandalorian and everything. I'm definitely nervous about having to catch up to everything.
It's just so much canon, and you're like, I can't keep track of all of this.
No.
I only use Disney to watch The Simpsons, and like I watched Soul that came out recently. That was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that next week, I think.
Highly recommend. Very good.
For me, Disney Plus is just used for The Simpsons and the Mighty Ducks movies.
Larry, I'm on Mighty Ducks.
And the Mighty Ducks animated show, which is pretty fantastic, I gotta say.
It is?
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. They're alien like human duck hybrids who play ice hockey and fight against aliens.
I have to check that out.
It's so absurd. It's amazing.
Yo, do they sell Mighty Ducks jerseys?
Yeah.
I have a Mighty Ducks starter jacket. It's huge.
Oh, that's glorious.
So good.
Russ, I gotta send you. They just came out with a new jersey, and it's absurd. It's so ridiculous. It's so
Who's
great.
They?
The Mighty Ducks or the Anaheim
Oh, really?
Ducks. They're not the Mighty
the
Ducks
Anaheim
anymore.
Ducks.
They're just the Anaheim Ducks.
Is that your team of choice for hockey?
No, I'm a Devils fan, sadly. But the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, that old logo is like the best in sports, in my opinion. Well, the team doesn't use it anymore, but they only use it like every once in a while, but they should use it all the time.
Yeah. This coming season, they're doing like kind of what the NBA is doing, where it's like throwback inspired jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Those are all pretty interesting to thumb through.
I like the Raptors jerseys. That's actually how I picked which basketball team I like. I'm just like, the Raptors look cool all the time, man.
That's cool.
The coolest name.
Yeah.
They were in the finals the other year, not this past year, but the year before, right?
Yeah.
Did they win? I can't remember. I'm not a big basketball guy.
I just can't, I have no concept of time and can't remember anything.
Yeah, it was with Kawhi, and I think they
guy.
won.
I think maybe they did, guy.
Nothing a quick Google search can't fix. Raptors.
I think they lost.
I feel like
NBA finals.
Oh,
no, they won.
Oh, wow.
Congrats!
And Kawhi Leonard was MVP. Yeah. Oh, I remember watching. He had a game-winning shot.
Because everyone in the hockey world made fun of Toronto because they're like, it's the only time a Toronto team is ever going to win a championship.
Got him! Got him! Oh, man. When did this turn into a sports podcast, Eric?
Welcome to Sports Town with Russ and Eric.
Do you guys have a top 3 or 5 current SNL members if you still watch current SNL?
Yes. I watch it and I hate it most of the time, but I still watch every episode.
Yeah.
But I love Kyle Mooney. I feel like there's never I can never get enough Kyle. I feel like he's underused. I like Mikey Day most of the time. I feel like he does a good job. And who else? I really love Chloe. I forget her last name, but she does. Yes,
she's really good.
She's incredible.
But also Melissa Villaseñor. Oh my God, she's my favorite. No,
oh, and they never.
Her and Kyle.
They never
use
favorites.
her.
She's super underused. I'm in the same exact boat. I try to watch every episode live. I am in the live from New York subreddit on the live post, going back and forth with people, and I hate it 90% of the time. They really, I think, have a bad batch of writers right now because they have a good cast, but the sketches are just miss and miss and miss, and I'm I really wish they would lay off of the Trump stuff just because you can't make it funnier than it already is. It's terrible and crazy, but let's do anything else.
Yeah, I watch fairly religiously as well. I don't watch them live. Maybe the next day though.
Yeah, I'm a Sunday morning. I'm a Sunday morning recorded.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about anybody on here, but I will say that guy Bowen Yang. Literally every time he's on, no matter what he's doing, I'm laughing.
Yeah.
And he's really talented.
He's super talented.
He's good. I love him. I love little baby 80. I wish she was in this season more. She's been off filming something else.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that. Because they got a new.
She's married to Oh, sorry to interrupt. I just realized she's married to Connor O'Malley.
Yes!
Yeah, that freaked me out too.
I would love to be a fly on a wall in just their house for a day to see what their life is together. She was filming season 3 of Shrill. That's why she was gone for the first half of the season.
Well, they got a new cast member. I think her name is Lauren Holt. and she looks just like her, and I get confused, if I'm being honest, and that's not fair.
It isn't, and like 90% of the sketches that Lauren has been in, she has had no words. Like, she just is
I noticed
there
that too.
to like stand there and be like a person who like looks uncomfortable. And I'm like, if you're gonna have a new cast member, at least let them speak.
Yeah.
Like,
Heidi Gardner's great too. She's got characters of her own that she works really well. Chris Redd is used well sometimes too.
I feel like they underuse him. I feel like
every
time I see him, he does a really good job. Like the last episode, that the Smokey Robinson impression when he was talking about Chinooka, I thought that was because I saw that cameo and he sounded exactly like Smokey Robinson talking about that.
Cecily Strong too is like a number one, like makes every sketch better that she's in.
Yeah, I'm a fan of her as well. And I mean, Keenan's a staple at this point. I feel like we're gonna ultimately name everybody.
Everyone except for Beck Bennett, even though I love Beck Bennett.
I'm pro Beck.
Yeah, I don't mind Beck. I get like Beck and Alex Day and like maybe another guy mixed up. There's just like a couple white guys that all kind of play the same different characters.
Yeah, definitely.